Jackie says, what if you think of pulmonary embolism when you see fractures? Because that could cause dizziness and that's life threatening. You're very close, Jackie. You're almost there, but not quite. So let me clarify this for you because you can make a dangerous mistake if you're thinking along these lines. If you see fracture, yes, I want you to think pulmonary embolism among other things, but not because of dizziness. So when you see fracture, I want you to think of PE. I want you to think of hemorrhage, and I want you to think of infection. So I want you to think of hemorrhage period, but pulmonary embolism if it's a long bone, because in the long bones that's where you have the fat globulus, right? And I want you to think of, what was the third thing I told you to think of? I want you to think of infection, especially if it's an open fracture, because if it pierces through the skin, remember your skin's the first line of defense against pathogens. So those are the three things that you need to think about the minute you see fracture. Now, with that being said, the reason that your fracture is going to be a priority and you care so much about it is not so much dizziness, which the patient can have dizziness, but let me explain to you why, and this is very important. The reason the patient can have dizziness is because if they have a fracture, they may have internal bleeding, hemorrhage. If they're losing blood, they're losing RBCs. If they're losing RBCs, they're losing hemoglobin because the hemoglobin is in the RBCs. Guess what hemoglobin carries? Oxygen. So them losing that oxygen, and oxygen goes to the tissues, that's what causes that patient to be dizzy. But forget dizziness. The most important things you need to be thinking about when it comes to fracture, again, is going to be hemorrhage, pulmonary embolism, and infection.